Have you ever been put in a situation at work where someone subtly asks you to bend the truth, and you know it could ruin everything if you give in? I work at a mid-sized company. My main responsibility is preparing internal reports. Most days are routine, but sometimes things get complicated. Recently, my boss, someone who is usually under immense pressure, came to me with a request. The request made my stomach sink. She asked me to adjust some numbers in the report. The goal? To make our department look better than it actually was. It wasn't a direct order to lie, but the implication was clear. I understood exactly what she wanted. Fudge the numbers. I knew that if I went along with it, it could cause serious trouble. Not just for me, but for the team and leadership. I took a deep breath and made a decision. Instead of arguing or saying no in a way that might cause conflict, I chose to handle it professionally. I completed the report accurately. I double-checked every number. I made sure all data sources were correct. Then I submitted the report, CCing my boss, so there was no doubt who was responsible. I didn't stop there. I saved every email, every message, and all notes related to the report. I wanted to make sure that if anyone questioned the numbers, I had clear evidence to show the truth. A few days later, the situation unfolded exactly as I expected. Leadership noticed discrepancies. The numbers in the report didn't match what my boss had been promising. Questions started coming in. She immediately tried to shift the blame, implying that I had misunderstood her instructions. But everything was documented. The emails, the original data, and the final report all pointed to the same truth. I calmly shared everything with HR. It quickly became obvious who was misrepresenting the facts. What happened next was almost anticlimactic, but in a satisfying way. My boss was gone shortly afterward. Officially, she resigned. But anyone paying attention knew her departure wasn't voluntary. Through all of this, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't create any drama. I didn't retaliate. I simply did my job correctly, followed the proper procedures, and let the truth speak for itself. And the best part? I didn't just protect myself. I made sure the entire team and leadership saw what was really happening, all without needing to escalate or argue. Looking back, it was a lesson in patience, professionalism, and integrity. When faced with pressure to do something unethical, staying calm, documenting everything, and trusting that the truth will come out is often the most powerful response. Sometimes, doing the right thing quietly is more effective than making noise or confronting someone directly. A little over a year ago, my life completely fell apart. I became homeless, scared, exhausted, and honestly, I didn't know how to function anymore. That's when my friend, a 30-year-old woman, took me in. She didn't have to do that, but she did. And at first, everything felt uncomfortable, awkward, and tense. Her partner, also 30, and I didn't get along at all in the beginning. My presence caused small arguments between them, and I won't lie, I was messy, loud, and definitely not a great roommate back then. I was going through a really dark phase, and she was the one who helped me survive it. I don't cook, so she cooked for all of us. She made sure I ate, rested, and slowly started living again. Without her, I don't know where I'd be. As time passed, something unexpected happened. Living together, day after day, her partner and I slowly started warming up to each other. We discovered we had a lot in common, and it just happened naturally. She doesn't like hiking, so he and I started going together. Simple walks, fresh air, quiet moments. When she wasn't around reminding us about the mess, we'd sit on the couch together, relaxed, comfortable. She's very health-focused, so when she wasn't home, we shared junk food. And yes, we hid it from her. Somehow, he understood my needs and emotions in a way no one ever had before. Without trying, he became my favorite person. Recently, I realized something that scared me. I realized I loved him more than her. If he allowed it, I would follow him anywhere, to the ends of the earth. I hated seeing them sit together without me. I'd try to squeeze myself right in between them, just to be close. I wanted to be where he was all the time, and when they spent time together without me, I felt left out, upset, restless. One day, she caught me lying on his lap. She immediately accused me of trying to take him away from her. He laughed it off, gently pushed me away, and tried to change the subject. But that moment hurt my feelings more than I expected. He doesn't know this, but deep down, I really was trying to take him for myself. All I want is to stay close to him, feel safe near him, and never leave his side. So, Reddit, would I be the bad one if I love my human's partner more than my human, despite everything she's done for me? By the way, I'm a 1.5-year-old pit bull. I'm a 45-year-old father of 3 kids, a 16-year-old son, a 14-year-old son, and a 12-year-old daughter. This story is about my youngest. My daughter's birthday falls on New Year's Day, which means it often gets overshadowed, never intentionally, but it sits right between 2 big holidays. Still, my wife and I have always tried to make her feel special. My daughter is a very clear introvert. She spends most of her time in her room, and when we attend family gatherings, she usually sits quietly in a corner scrolling on her phone. She's also very unconventional. She doesn't want or enjoy many of the things that are considered typical for girls her age. And honestly, we've struggled to understand her. Over the years, my wife and I have tried to encourage her to open up more, to be more social, to participate, but nothing has really worked. The problem started when we asked her a simple question: "How do you want to spend your birthday?" Her answer was short and very clear: "Alone in my room with snacks." For her, this wasn't an unusual request. But to us, spending your birthday completely alone didn't feel healthy or special. On top of that, our family is known for big celebrations. Birthdays are loud, joyful, full of people. And we worried that letting her isolate herself would reflect poorly on us and send the wrong message. So we made a decision, one we truly believed was the right one at the time. Instead of honoring her request, we invited family over for a combined birthday and New Year's celebration. There was a barbecue, tons of snacks, a projector my brother brought over, and even a rented bouncy castle. In my mind, this was better, more memorable, more meaningful, more productive. I honestly believed that once she saw the effort, once she saw everyone celebrating her, she would realize we did the right thing. But I was wrong. The entire time, she looked miserable. She barely interacted with anyone and spent most of the night sitting quietly in a corner. When everyone finally left late that night, everything exploded. She started yelling at me and my wife, telling us we had ruined her birthday. My wife handled most of the scolding and eventually sent her to her room. And I remember thinking, how could we ruin her birthday when her original plan was just staying in bed all day? As if that wasn't enough, she was also upset about her gift. She had wanted a hot chocolate machine, but she's the only person in the family who drinks hot chocolate, and she's not 50 years old, so we bought her something else, something we genuinely thought she would appreciate more. The next morning, she ignored all of us, me, my wife, even her brothers. Her brothers are on our side. They think she's being ungrateful, especially since the party was honestly great. And now I'm sitting here wondering, I wasn't trying to hurt her. I wasn't trying to control her. I was just trying to make her birthday feel special, in the only way I know how. So, am I the bad guy here? Maybe the real lesson here is that love doesn't always look the same to everyone. Sometimes what feels like care and effort to a parent can feel overwhelming to a child who just wants to be understood. Good intentions don't always lead to good outcomes, and listening, truly listening, might matter more than doing what looks right on the outside. I'm a 38-year-old man, and wrestling has been a big part of my life. I used to compete at a high level years ago, and while I don't compete anymore, I still lift weights, train, and wrestle casually for fun. My wife is 36, and we have 3 kids together: a 15-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, and a 9-year-old daughter. When our kids turned 7, I enrolled all of them in wrestling. The older 2 stuck with it, trained hard, and even competed. Our youngest didn't enjoy wrestling, so she quit and switched to gymnastics instead. My wife has never wrestled herself, but she does go to the gym regularly, and she's fairly strong. Yesterday, my wife and I were talking casually, and the topic of our daughter's wrestling tournament came up. Out of nowhere, she asked me a question. What do you think would happen if I wrestled our daughter? I answered honestly, I don't think you'd have a chance. She laughed and said, there's no way she'd beat me. I'm much stronger. I tried to warn her, you can try if you want, but I'm telling you, you'd probably get handled pretty easily. She paused, then said, okay, let's do it. So, I called our daughter into the backyard and told her that her mom wanted to wrestle her. They wrestled, while I and the other kids watched. And just like I had said, the match didn't last long. Our daughter handled it with ease. At the time, my wife laughed it off, acted like everything was fine, and didn't seem bothered at all. But later, when it was just the two of us, her tone changed. She asked me quietly, so you knew how that match was going to go, didn't you? I told her the truth. Yes. That's when she got upset. She told me, you still let it happen. I got embarrassed by my own child, in front of our other kids. Now they're never going to look at me the same way. I tried to reassure her. I told her that she was the one who wanted to wrestle. And more importantly, I reminded her that we've raised our kids to be respectful, gracious, and kind, both in winning and losing. I truly believe our kids respect their mother, no matter what happens in a simple wrestling match. But even after explaining all of that, she still felt hurt and stayed upset. And now I'm left wondering, did I really do something wrong? Or was this just a situation that didn't go the way she expected?